Now we're going to turn to our third-part series on Koch Industries. We covered already education and Social Security and how they're looking to dismantle that. Well, they also have an issue with cancer. Now, let me tell you why. First of all, they're one of the country's top 10 polluters. They have benefited economically from the Keystone XL pipeline, which is a potential environmental disaster, and then hired lobbyists to try to keep formaldehyde from being labeled a carcinogen. And of course, that's because they produce a lot of formaldehyde at Koch Industries, of course. So now let's show you another piece of Koch Exposed from Brave New Foundation on this issue.
We have 15 homes in this area, and maybe 11 people has died or more with cancer.
The Koch brothers are killing me and my family.
What's going on here is a crime.
If I could talk to Koch brothers face to face, I just really believe I'm dying now, you know, just a slow death what it is.
The Koch brothers care more for the income than they do their neighbors, and people are constantly dying.
I feel that Georgia Pacific and Koch is responsible for my daughter's death.
This is inexcusable, and something's got to be done about it.
All right, now joining us, Robert Greenwald. He's the producer and director of Koch Brothers Exposed, and he's the president of Brave New Foundation as well. Robert, first, talk to me about that particular clip that we saw. How do we know that those families are really dying from the cancer caused by Koch Industries' plant?
Well, the Brave New Foundation team researched this particular story as part of the film for over a year, and Natalie went, visited with the people, talked to the people, got as much evidence as is possible, and finally, in the clip you didn't see, Mr. Boyd takes people around and shows home after home where people are dying, and he says, you know, this used to be a thriving community. The schools now have very high cancer rates. So, you know, it's staring you right in the face that this is what's going on, and as you said, they're fighting it. They fight regulations that would protect these people.
Well, let's talk about that, because we're supposed to live in a democracy. So if all the people around there are getting sick, I assume they go to their legislators and say, hey, can you stop the plant down the stream from releasing this stuff into the water? And how do they get away with it? Why does that fall on deaf ears?
Well, this story really epitomizes class, and it epitomizes race, the access that the 1% have, where the 99% don't have access, and what the Koch brothers have done very smartly, serving their economic self-interest. They buy the local legislators, they buy the laws so that the laws favor them, so that they can get away with as much as they possibly want. And check how horrible it is that a cancer survivor would be funding these kinds of efforts that makes life for these people worse and worse.
Right. One of the Koch brothers has cancer, right? Or had cancer. Yeah. And then he's giving to foundations as well, right?
He's given to foundations, he's given to medical centers to cure or help people who have cancer. That's a wonderful thing, but it's an even more important thing that he should clean up the act of his industries. They should go beyond the law that they have manipulated to the lowest possible level, and he should stop it at inception. That's what's happening.
Let's talk about the formaldehyde a little bit, because that's another case where there's a little bit of good news, because they lost on that one too. So tell me what they were trying to do, why, and what happened at that.
Well, what they try to do is consistent. You know, any regulation that would protect people, that would cost them any money at all, in this sense, they're similar to Wal Mart. You know, they will fight anything that is for the greater good, but not for their narrow economic self-good. And they've lost on some of these occasions. They've won a lot. They bought the House Energy Committee up. They own them. It's another section in the film that you'll see. So they're buying politicians, they're buying policy, and that results in their buying laws and weakening standards to the lowest possible level. And I say shame on somebody who has had this experience and is making it worse and worse for other people.
All right, Robert Greenwald, director of Koch Brothers Exposed, thank you so much for sharing that with us. Really appreciate it.